to another episode of Green Magnolias. It's me, Alma, and it's been a minute since I picked up the camera. I feel like I have so many ideas of like possible videos and stuff like that, but my energy and motivation has been down the drain. But I have started writing again, something that I've have dabbled in the past. I have so many unfinished drafts, and like I've written hundreds of thousands of words, and then I stopped writing, and I haven't been able to get back into it. But I saw this post on Reddit, on the what's it called, the self-publishing subreddit. Kind of got suggested in my feed, and this one post was like, oh, I just finished my manuscript, I sent it in, and I've already compiled notes of 16 books and all this stuff. And I mean, it was very, like, a huge accomplishment. And I was like, okay, I don't know, I don't know if I could do that, but it felt like, kind of inspired me to just write as much as I would love. And I still love things that I've written and the ideas I have for all those stories. Just like, I feel like it would take away my want or like to like get back into it if I read through it again, which I have read through some of the stories. Like I've gotten a couple chapters in, and like I still really like what I've written for the most part. Of course, it's like, really rough around the edges. So I was just like, I found some inspirational like pictures on Pinterest and a quote, and I was like, let's see what comes from this. And I have written 5,000 words, and I'm very proud of myself. I struggle to be proud of my accomplishments, and I have a lot of them. Like the things I make, the things I cook, the things I do. Like if I get chores done, it's like, oh, but I could have done more. Like I can't see like, oh hey, I did this, I accomplished this. So I'm trying to be better about that. To just like, hey Alma, you did the damn thing. You did that. For example, I made this exquisite tiramisu chocolate cake. I was telling my husband, I was like, babe, I think I've peaked. I couldn't get over how good it turned out. Like the cake, I've never had chocolate cake like that in my whole life. It was amazing. The tiramisu cream, like that makes the tiramisu, was perfect. So it's just like little things like that I really want to work on, especially coming into the new year. I'm turning 30 and stuff like that. Turning 30. It's okay. I'm okay about it. It's just kind of shocking at times. Like, oh my God, it's been so, like, that much time has passed. So yeah, I'm really excited. I want to share my journey in this writing process, but I don't want to give away too much. Do I hope to publish? Most definitely. Will I? I don't know. We'll have to see. I want to try my hardest. I really want to accomplish something. Like, yes, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm able to take care of my home, provide for my family in regards to like keeping a clean home, cooking, taking care of my son, and all that stuff, homeschooling him. But I just been having this like, I feel like something's missing. This like, I finished high school barely, but last year was rough for me because I had to finish high school in a whole new school in a whole new state, city, everything. But like, I dabbled in college a little bit, but I didn't finish clearly. And I don't know, I just want to accomplish something. I want to be like, hey, I made this. Will it go anywhere? And I've made things. Like, I've made sweaters. I've done drawings and stuff like that. I've created really beautiful gifts for my husband and stuff like that. But I don't know, just something that, like, I did this. It came from my mind, which is always bubbling with creativity. So yeah, it's finally cold. They were like, oh, it's cold front coming, and mind you, it got as low as 70, which I know it's like, oh, that's not a cold front, but and for my area that is. And then like it was humid as hell. But now the humidity's gone. It's a lot cooler. Feels really nice. It's like 60 something. So, but yeah. So I just want to share my setup. I got this at the thrift store the other day for $5. It's like, I think it's a drawing tray, but it has 3 adjustments. Like it can be completely flat or semi-angle or like this. So I'm on the couch with my avocado blanket sweater thing. So this, I'm gonna share my inspiration. So we have this quote: "You feel so familiar. I must have loved you in more than one lifetime," by N.R. Hart. I have these images. I have like a I don't know if anybody uses Pinterest anymore, but I created a board of story ideas based on just images. So we have this one with a dark shadow over a girl in a forest, kind of like light and darkness passing each other. Really beautiful artwork. This one, very wintry. And then this one. So, oh, and this one here too. Is that a wolf? Yeah. So, what has created, I'm on chapter 3 now. But we're going a fantasy route, not high fantasy. So far it's giving fae, romance, kind of like a vengeful story, and shifting, like shape, like a shifter. So yeah, I'm very excited. It's 8:02 a.m. I'm gonna write till my battery runs out, which is not much time. I actually might go grab my charger. But yeah, so I have the windows open and I am ready to write. Okay, my computer's about to die. I don't feel like getting up to get my charger to then come sit back on the couch. I'm feeling quite tired. Not the best writing session, but I still made a little bit of progress. I'm at 6,100 words now, which I'll take it. I think I wrote like, 100 words. Yeah, not crazy, anything crazy, but I'm gonna stop there. So yeah, I'm really excited for this process. Again, I'm not gonna put like, I think maybe my issues were I was putting this deadline. I was trying to be like really over the top with it when I started writing several years ago. And I don't know, I always just burn myself out when I hyperfixate on something. I like put my all into it and then I'm a crispy, burnt shell of myself and I have no inspiration, no desires to do anything. So I have so much creativity. I'm not like trying to toot my own horn. I've always been like that. I think of ideas of just like visuals and stuff like that. My mind's like always like seeing everything in color. And just like, for example, I was walking one morning and on my way back, I started listening to the Venge to the I forget what it's called. I'm like blanking out. To the saga. I don't know if anyone. I'll link the playlist down below because it is a masterpiece. It's about the story of Odysseus. This guy on YouTube, I think his name is Jorge. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Hernandez or something. I should probably stop trying to assume things because I always get them wrong. But he created this whole musical piece. He's already on like the 4th or 5th installment of the pretty much the whole story of the Odyssey, but he's turned it into a musical number. And some people are like, musicals like this, like every time I listen through this, which you can pretty quickly because the songs aren't that long and there's not many songs per like album, so to speak, or saga like he calls it. I'll put a picture here of like what it is. Um, but it's so beautiful. Like I get goosebumps, I cry, like I get just like chills, just like oh my, that was so powerful. So I was listening through it again because he actually just came out with another part around Halloween. Um, it's probably one of the shortest ones because it only has like 4 songs. But I was like listening to it and I could see the visuals of like if this becomes a live production of what they can do to like add to like all the little bits he puts with, because he explains like on his Instagram page like the musical pieces he puts behind the lyrics and like what they represent and stuff like that. It's like he's a genius. And like, you know, I was like thinking about that. So like that's just an example. Like I think about like, oh, this would be a really cool commercial if he did it like this and stuff. And I don't know where I'm going with that, but I'm really excited. My reading, excuse me, my reading's been like okay. I wouldn't say I'm entering into a slump, so to speak, but um, I picked up the Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff because I was like, hey, I love vampires. Maybe that's what I want to read right now. Something different. It's a duology, nothing crazy. I pick up the book at the library, and it's a beast of a book. I have it in a bag. I gotta go return it. Maybe I'll do that today when I go out. I was like, okay, 700 pages. My local library had the audio version on their app that they have. And I was like, okay, I'll just read it along because no way will I be able to read this without assistance, like right now. And I literally got to page 100 and it wasn't bad. It was like the flow was good. It kind of had like a setup of like interview with a vampire. Like this half-blood was being interviewed by a vampire and just kind of giving history and backstory of like how he got there. So it was good. Like I'm like, hey, this is good, you know. But I kept looking at it, the size, and I was like, I was burned by the Poppy War. Okay, if you saw my last video or my last videos, I was like, no, I can't do it. I cannot. I refuse. It's like, you know what? If I pick it up in the future, I pick it up in the future, but I'm not about to make myself suffer and read through something that, like, I just, not that I can't get into, but, like, I don't want to read. I'm not going to do that. So I DNF'd it for now. And I still have The Duke with the Dragon Tattoo to read. Um, so I'll read that. That'll be, like, a quick read. And then I actually started reading one of my own books because I made a list, like a wallpaper on my laptop. Sorry, I'm like shaking so much. With like my TBR there, I pretty much like knocked off all of it except Wuthering Heights. I DNF'd. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my last video because I just knew that I wouldn't enjoy it. I don't think I'm ever gonna read it, to be honest. Like, especially based off the reviews, it's not necessarily a happy ending. It's kind of like a lot of tragedy, and after reading the Poppy War, so much tragedy, and I'm still recovering from Sabbath to Here and Burn the Ashes. You know, so yeah, I don't know. I just requested V.E. Schwab, Vicious. It's about like anti superheroes or whatever. Reads with Rachel just put out a video and she gave it 5-star, and the books that I've read that she suggested have not disappointed me, so I'll take her word for it and I'll give it a try. So I requested that. But yeah, that's just been kind of life lately. I'm gonna keep sharing like little snippets of my writing journey. I don't necessarily want to share too much of like what the story is, but I do want to kind of like share my process and like my brainstorming ways, and hopefully I like find something that like a method to the madness in my brain to like get it down on paper and actually accomplish something. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you're reading something amazing and creating something beautiful, and I'll see you in the next one.